ito pala yung feeling ng relieved. Relieved because finally a lot of people are coming out. It's like people are coming out from the closet. People who have experienced and still experiencing mental health, but they never knew actually that it was really a serious situation. Kasi as I was growing up, I used to call this as phases of life. There was one point in my life wherein I've been wanting to seek for mga professional help. But siguro, due to the stigma and taboo kasi siya, I never had the courage, and probably also I didn't have the means, so it wasn't a priority. So you just go on and think it as what you go through is just face of every person, so it becomes a normal thing, even if it's not really normal. So when I was trying to narrate this to my psychiatrist as I started seeking one, I realized that at the age of probably 13, meron na pala ako. Because at the age of 13, I can recall that I attempted to commit suicide. Then, at the age of 19, I got really thin na people can describe me as anorexic. So, my dad and my sister brought me to the hospital for a checkup. Then, I was actually referred to a psychiatrist. But since it was taboo back then, everyone was in denial. My family were in denial. So, hindi ako nagpa-check up. So, umuwi kami. My mom told me, okay, drink a lot of vitamins, eto yan, kain lang yan, papataba ka. But, I have a lot of episodes wherein you just keep it to yourself. Ikaw lang, yung silently you're battling from these mga intrusive thoughts. Yung mga moments wherein I could have done this, I could have said this. So whenever may mga encounters ka with people, you just keep it to yourself. Kasi parang what's in your mind is that you have to be tough. This is just another phase. So, as I go along with life, lagi kong iniisip na may cycle to. At this certain period of time, I'm gonna be okay. But then again, I never knew what I'm going through, because there are a lot of moments in my life wherein I feel so incomplete, I feel low, then at the same time when I'm with my friends, I feel so parang sobrang high naman ako, parang ako yung light of the party. I always try to please people, na lagi akong merong dependency sa tao, na parang hindi pwedeng walang tao. I didn't get the chance to really talk about this to my family or even to my parents, because yun nga, I don't want to feel different, because yung fear of saying na, oh, para kang yung lolo Orlando mo on my dad's side, na baliw. So, I don't want na maging ganon. So, I was probably 22 when I attempted another um, suicide. So, very erratic yung yung mga decision makings ko. Lagi akong nagpa-panic attack. Whenever there are complicated situations, whenever meron ako mga problems na may encounter, I don't understand that that's already considered attack. Kasi nagka-hyperventilate ako, hindi ako makahinga, iiyak ako. So, hindi ko siya alam na kung ano yon, but I experience yung mga ganong episodes ng buhay ko na parang I don't find any purpose. I'm so afraid of failing. I'm so afraid of displeasing people. Na even if deep inside my heart, hindi ako masaya. But parang I always have to wear different kinds of masks to make other people happy. So, I had kids. Nagkaroon ako ng anak at the age of 25. I thought things will change, but then iba, I have episodes too, like snap of a finger lang, mainit ang ulo ko, tapos mamaya naman sobrang caring mother ako. So from one child to another, so imagine mo na yung mga hormonal postpartum experiences mo, plus you don't actually know, kasi sumasabay din yung mga different worries mo, na yung worries na yun to the extent na parang minsan you just wanted to end your life because you don't want to feel worried anymore. Then, it went on. So it was just how many years ago? My kids have grown. Nakita nila how different sometimes I am, that we always have this like open session because I wanted to do it differently. So gusto ko maging open yung mga kids ko towards me because yun nga, the people pleaser in me, ganun pa rin at the same time. Plus, I'm a mom. So I would always ask my kids what makes them upset or the things that I need to change. And they would always tell me things that, sometimes, Mom, you're unbelievable. Sometimes you say things like, okay, this is okay, then all of a sudden it's not okay. Or sometimes when you get mad, you just, blurt out all the hurtful words without even thinking that we will feel hurt. So I told myself, it's wrong. So I keep telling them, I will change, I will improve. Then, something really big happened that I don't know. Bigla na lang akong nagkaroon ng episode. Then I met this friend who probably noticed that I am different. So, we talk about a little bit about it, and then all of a sudden she just told me, Ruby, there's nothing wrong if you have yourself checked. It's like when you have colds or when you have cough, you just go basically to the doctor and have yourself checked. So if you want, I can recommend someone to have you checked. That's when I knew that it's really time, because I've been wanting to do it, but I never had the courage. So I took the courage. My first session was, I would say, at first, it's like you don't actually know what to say. You just feel like crying. Yung gusto mo lang ilabas lahat ng nasa puso mo na inipan mo ng pagkatagal-tagal na taon. And wala akong masabing words. And from that reaction ko pa lang, the psychiatrist knew that I am depressed, I have high anxiety, I have OCD, and I'm also borderline bipolar. Which now made me understand kung bakit ganun kabilis mag-switch yung mga moods ko, na even my husband and my kids can't understand na minsan wala, galit na galit ako. Minsan naman parang sobrang ang sweet-sweet ko. Then minsan naman parang wala lang akong pakialam. Yung tahimik lang ako. So, the session went on. I was given medicine as well. And at first, I wasn't ready of telling anyone about it. But then, yung worry mo na people will treat you differently. People will call you, umaarte ka lang, gumagawa ka lang ng excuse. But eventually, paunti-unti nasasabi ko rin dun sa mga taong comfortable ako. But, I had the courage in sharing it sa isang sister ko. Finally, I shared it. But, we fell apart after a year or two. So, I kept that in my heart na ako na lang yung nakakaalam sa pamilya. So, when my mom got sick, I attempted actually to share it with her. So I called her. I was crying. Pero hindi maibuka ng bibig ko because I knew my mom was suffering already. I knew my mom was also worrying with my siblings' problems, with everything. Because my mom is a worrier too. So I choose not to tell her because I choose not to be a burden to her. Ayokong kamatayan nung mommy ko na sisihin niya yung sarili niya rather, na hindi niya alam kung ano yung nangyayari sa akin. So sabi ko, de bale nang ako na lang baunin kung ako lang, kaysa baunin ng mommy ko yung guilt na hindi niya ako natulungan, because I did not have the courage as well, because I felt I wouldn't be understood and we wouldn't have the means as well para rin mapagamot ako or something, or my siblings will just make fun of me, and that was my fear. So my mom passed away without knowing what I went through with life, what traumas I have suffered all throughout younger years until tumanda na ako. So when I see people now talking about mental health, at least I feel I'm not alone. And through the help of science, what helped me a lot is the change of faith. Siguro nung tumibay yung faith ko, mas kinaya ko. Kasi yung intrusive thoughts ko, whenever I wanted to end my life, I wanted to just disappear, parang may laging tatapik sa akin. Magdadasal lang ako. And I know that everything will gonna be okay. Kasi when I was going through that, I was even lost as well in terms of spiritually. Hindi ko rin alam kung makakatulong ba sa akin ang Diyos. But through therapy, it helped me a lot. And now, including spiritually, it becomes better. There are a lot of days pa rin wherein I don't feel like, basically tumayo sa kama, or even maligo, or even makipag-usap sa tao. But there are some days that, I just feel like seeing people, talking to people. But one thing I've learned is, I've learned to love myself more. I've learned to be more expressive. I have learned to express my feelings in a way wherein I will no longer please other people just to be happy. If I do things to people because that is my real happiness, not for their happiness. So even with my kids, like I would always do things not because it's my responsibility. It's because that's what makes me happy. It's not what makes them happy alone. And even to my relationship with people, to friends, I disconnect to friends who I feel that they just see the value of me because they get something out of it. Napagod na rin ako nung bigay ako ng bigay ng pagmamahal, ng suporta, tapos, I absorb people's problem and I'm dying inside, but nobody can understand. And I can't even share it because parang mas malala yung pinagdadaanan nila whenever they share their stories, So I disconnected myself to people who cannot understand me. I've also connected to people who's going through the same, which is tama nga yung psychiatrist ko. Sometimes it's an instinct. It takes one to know one pala. You can feel if yung tao ay may pinagdadaanan ng katulad mo, even without a person telling you or expressing it. So for those people out there that they feel that they're alone, I've been there too. But one thing I've realized, I will not survive if I was alone. God has been hand-holding me the whole time of my journey. And until now, I have still a lot of episodes, panic attack, worries, that sometimes I would just wake up crying, or sometimes I would just wake up and wish that I could just go back to sleep again. My mood swings, I try to control it as much as possible, but there are times that, I feel, I'm becoming crazy again. It's hard to explain to people because sometimes it's not fair for them as well to experience din yung episodes mo because wala naman silang ginawang masama sa'yo. But it's not like intentionally gusto mong gawin yon. It's just that like merong yung balance sa utak ko na hindi ko maintindihan. Medicine helps. It calms me. But it's just temporary. Ikaw pa rin yung lalaban talaga para sa sarili mo. ikaw pa rin talaga yung lalabanan mo kahit mahirap. But important thing is you talk about it. You express it. You write it. If wala kang mga taong comfortable ka to share it, isulat mo. Lahat ng damdamin mo. Minsan i-record mo. Para maluwag sa loob. And kausapin mo si God. Sa Kanya mo ibuhos lahat. Kasi kay God, walang judgment. Kahit anong iyak mo, kahit anong pinagdaanan mo, at kahit na anong dinadaanan mo that moment, kaya niya in just snap of a finger, bigla na lang mawala yung ganong kabigat mong pakiramdam. Kaya, even if everyday nakikipaglaban ka kasi wala namang cure, some days are good, some days are bad. You just have to keep praying that more good days than the bad days. So, for people, never be ashamed. No more hiding. Be who you are because malalagpasan mo yan. So, lagi mong iisipin na you are never crazy. You're just different, but it doesn't mean you're not special. You may not be like other people because there are certain, indifference in terms of your emotions. But it doesn't mean that your emotions are invalid. So, stay strong. Always, always, always be kind to yourself. Because before you become kind to other people, you have to be kind to yourself first.